and welcome back to MDL European Qualifiers. We have the last best of three of the day. The winner's match. It's Kinguin versus Team Going In. Winner of this, I think, has a nice comfy seat in the playoffs. Loser drops down to the lower bracket, and they have to play one more best of three to see who's going to get into the playoffs from the lower bracket. Two teams advance. So, a good shot. We see a lot more of these two teams in the future. Who knows, though? I'm Mikelorus, going to be joined by Rhyme for this third match of the day. It's actually been quite a long day, but you know what, dude? These two teams have both proven themselves. I've been rather impressed by the play, especially from Going In. I thought they played really, really well.
Yeah, Going In kind of made the professional debut of Cinderen's new team look rather disappointing. But I think that's more about Going In being very good. So let's see what happens here. We've got lots of heroes that are featured in the past series being removed right out of the game.
10 seconds remaining.
We've got Bounty, Naga, Visage, Gyro, Sanking, all of these fairly standard bans. Visage more so against RMN, but Disruptor first pick. Where have I seen that before?
It's a real mystery. It's always weird whenever I see like captains always pick up the same hero first, and it's always them who play it. Like, I don't think it's bad. I just think it's really weird. Like, I wonder what the dynamic is when captains do that. But I mean, Elisash, I think, only played Disruptor today. I could be wrong.
He's only played Disruptor today. That's correct.
Well, there you go. He's warmed up on the hero. The Static Storms have been hit or miss, but I think overall it's a safe way to open, I guess.
I mean, you either hit it or you miss it. That's how it goes.
Exactly.
He just happens to do both. That's a Viper.
Ooh.
Viper Witch Doctor. All right, let's see how this goes. Viper first pick that. Oh,
Okay.
well, you probably want to keep the Viper away from the Enchantress for a bit, because I don't really think Viper has any way of dealing with Ench for quite a while. So
I mean, at a certain point, you can break her so that other heroes, or even yourself, you can
but for the laning phase.
Yeah, but in the laning phase, you just get absolutely dumpstered, because either you use that Nether Toxin and try to break her off, her Untouchable off, and then you harass her, and then she just heals it back. Poison attacks will do nothing because you just attack way too slowly. It's really a nightmare if they match up against one another. There's also a chance, though, that we have Patos grab the Enchantress, take him towards a solo lane in any capacity, and then some other hero's problem. But this is definitely Kinguin bread and butter right here, this Enchantress pick.
Yeah, this Enchantress pick seems like also the Terrorblade ban, because I would think that the team with the Viper would want to ban Terrorblade, but no, it's the team against the Viper that bans Terrorblade. They're banning out the Furion because that makes sense, because Viper is not very well known for being able to maneuver around the map and defend towers at the rate that Furion likes to do it. Also banning out Lifestealer, another hero that hard counters. So I have to question, does Elisash realize that he's playing on the team with the Disruptor, not the Viper? Because he's banning perfectly well for... that doesn't really make sense, those two bans, but what do I know?
Well, Rage does kill off Enchantress pretty quickly.
Yeah,
at
there
the
is
same time,
that.
like, Lifestealer has some issues up against Disruptor, and it definitely is kind of a push-pull there, but at any rate, it is still going to be Nature Prophet and Broodmother. Lots of swarmy heroes being banned out by the Going Inside. To be fair, they don't have like really any AoE right now, but opening up with the Viper is definitely very interesting, and I think Enchantress might be like
Tusk, right?
best.
Tiny's still in there.
Got Tusk down, so Tusk Viper. I still don't know if they can kill Enchantress with that. If it is like a Tusk Viper versus Enchantress mid lane.
I don't think the Enchantress will be going mid. I don't think Nisha really... Actually, Nisha plays almost anything mid if it could lane, and Exotic Deer doesn't. So scratch that. So Enchantress will be going whenever they feel that they can win the lane with it. Oh, what's it gonna be? Razor! Yeah, that's Exotic Deer's hero, usually. But we'll see.
It's a good amount of single target. Hero that can just put the Viper in a dumpster. You can't navigate away from the Razor, so you lose all your damage. Feels
10
pretty
seconds
bad
remaining.
at that point, and Razor, Enchantress,
Radiant team
these are
pick.
heroes that can just kind of run circles around you if you don't have enough control. Brewmaster's a great hero at countering kind of both of these heroes as far as their damage output is concerned, but I'm not really sure if he's the type of hero that can actually kill off any of these heroes, at least not super convincingly.
Yeah, he's just good for the team fight. Right now, like, Kinguin have
Dire team back.
that is... Oh, Clockwork, very good at killing Panda. Also, pretty nice versus Viper. Not amazing, not that amazing versus Tusk, to be honest, because you can snowball out of cogs and you can snowball over cogs and things like that. But he's generally pretty safe. Also gives them a
10
reliable 4
seconds
position.
remaining.
So also opens up Shadow Fiend as
5
well for a
seconds
last,
remaining.
which might be nice middle, even against the Viper.
Mm-hmm.
Does okay. The matchup isn't amazing, but it's...
Yeah, so you'll have a Clockwork and Disruptor giving those barriers so that heroes, these ranged damage dealers like Enchantress, Razor, and potentially SF, just sit back and right-click over those barriers. Hit the cogs, obviously, to get those early game souls. Tusk Viper is definitely a difficult lane to deal with, but when you go in as that combo, you're going to go into cogs, and that's kind of tough. Like, Viper does have the range to kind of circumnavigate that, but
Radiant
Tusk will
team
struggle
back.
against that. They'll take out the Phantom Lancer instead.
Not
it
too
certainly
many
would've been a
Viper
threat.
counters left. Viper looks like it's probably going to be pretty effective this game. Also, they have last pick as well, and they have last pick for their safe laner, which means that they're... King are going to need to make
10
stuff happen in this
seconds
laning phase
remaining.
with this Razor and this Ench. It's the kind of game where if those 2
5
heroes don't get off
seconds
to a good
remaining.
start, then this game goes south super fast. In fact, I'm looking at if they want to ban, like,
Pick.
they banned CK, which is understandable because CK is one of the hardest Razor counters.
You drain up one, can't drain out a army of Phantasm Illusions. Until Ice Frog decides to make that drain AoE
10
on the level
seconds
25 talent.
remaining.
Mark my words.
Yeah, just Razor's walking around with like 2,000
5
damage. That
seconds
seems fair.
remaining.
Yeah. Hey, that's why I'm not in charge of balance. Seems cool, the concept. Much cooler than Eye of the Storm
Yes, that is-
hitting buildings.
That is the singular reason you are not in charge of.
Well, let's see what it's going to be. Because
Yeah, I'm wondering what...
for the Dire side, I mean, they have a decent amount of team fight. It does seem like they're focusing a lot in just making sure their lanes go really well without having like any huge overarching strategy.
Yeah, that seems to be what Team Kinguin do. They just focus on lanes a lot, and if they can push, they push. If they can't push, they kind of lose. But it works, and they're very, very good at it.
Pick.
Morphling, there we
There you
go.
go. You get your wish.
Now, if it's Nisha playing it, then... Oh, Luna last pick, I like that. Luna is very nice versus all of these heroes. Gives you a way to kill the Enchantress eventually. It's good against the Razors, also has a good matchup. So, I've seen Nisha play this Morphling before. He's been in my pubs. He actually went, he went middle, and he went double Wraith Band into Phase Drum into Sanjin Yasha. Now, I'm not really sure if that's representative of what he'll be doing this game, and I hope it isn't, because it wasn't a very good build, but he won anyway. So maybe if it works, even if it's ugly, it might be good.
Well, it's going to be Morphling up against a team that really doesn't have a lot of control inherently. So probably going to be morphing quite a bit in this game. Stat morphing. Going to be waveforming out a lot of the times, but the battle is definitely coming towards him. Like, you pick up a Luna, you pick up a Brewmaster, you're looking to get yourself set up in a position where you're slowly able to chip out those towers and take team fights as they come. Morphling is a hero that really only sometimes wants to be involved in that. Like, you can get in there with the waveform, but
for battle.
as far as getting long, drawn-out engagements early on as a Morphling, you'd rather be off farming.
Yeah, the thing about Morphling now is, there isn't that much to dispel in this game, which is not that great, because once Morphling gets to level 18 and with the plus 15 second, you basically full uptime on your ultimate, right? And the thing most people don't know about Morphling is when you back between the forms, you purge yourself. It's like a Lotus Orb on yourself, basically. You can't do it with Silence, obviously, but it is still very nice. But there's not that much to abuse with it in this game.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Disruptor. is not your day. Can't even get through there. That does not look like a tight wall right here. But he's dead, man.
Give it to
And
Vip.
looks like they're
There
going to
we
give it
go.
to Armed. Swoops
30
right in.
seconds to battle.
At a certain
Any
point-
advantage that the Viper can get over this Razor.
Yeah, at a certain
Paramount.
point, you also gotta kind of expect a draft to have a Luna and a Tusk to be looking for these really, really early game engagements. Like, these two are kings of the early game. And Queen, I guess.
This is going to be an aggro aggro tri-lane coming out. So try v try, disruptor clockwork. This is one of the most one-sided try v tries I've seen in a while.
Begins.
Hatsor will get caught with some shards, although the cogs will bump back quite a bit. Mitch gonna hit with the Thunderstrike, and now he's in a little bit of trouble as well. Does have the cask to disengage, and they know the Morphling has already picked up that attribute shift, so they don't have to worry about any nukes coming out of him. Katsor, right-click down once again. Cogs doing a lot there.
Oliver needs to be careful here.
He's taking a lot of damage here as well. Oliver is gonna survive Thunderstrike. One more tick,
he's
will get the kill. Was, I think, literally 2 HP off from surviving. I think it does 20 damage per tick. And they will also get
No,
the
it's
Thunderstrike
40
on the
damage
Mitch.
tick.
Looks like he'll be fine with the Tango, albeit just barely. But it is going to be a 1-for-1 drawn engagement in the early phase, but that's just a small taste of this lane. It's going to be a lot of action. So let's check out the other lanes really quickly, because we're probably going to be ignoring them for the most part. Patos going up against Boogie. I don't really see either of these two heroes getting completely obliterated. They both should be able to get a decent amount of farm. And over in the mid lane, Viper versus Razor should be about the same thing.
I think it's pretty Razor favored. I'm pretty sure the Razor should dominate this lane.
Alright, especially with that
Up
early
until-
first kill.
Viper level 5, yeah. But it's just level 5 and Viper that I've been going on about the whole time. It's just the bit where it gets very difficult even for a Razor, because you just take so much damage.
They've caught
Also
Mitch in
Mitch.
the cogs. Cask already used. He's gonna go down, but at the exchange of the disruptor, caught in a corner himself. Oof, I mean,
The
yeah, battling against plus 14 damage at level 1 is really, really rough. So you have to go for that Witch Doctor. By far the easiest kill. You have to ignore the Tusk almost every single time. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, the thing about these tri-lanes is Luna tri-lanes are really strong as long as it's not Luna. Because Luna is extremely squishy. As you'll see here, like, as soon as it starts, they just start hitting her. Are they gonna... Oh, Disruptor isn't level 2. They're just gonna wait a bit while they have to settle this creep differential.
Getting a little close here in this bottom lane. Everyone's kind of dropping to that kind of 3/4 half HP mark. Over
Where you
the
just
mid
wanna
lane,
go on them,
Viper
you know.
going to be taken for a walk. Will take quite a bit of damage here, I'd imagine. Glimpse back onto poor Mitch. Does throw out a cask and it doesn't even cooperate with him, just goes straight to the creeps. That feels pretty bad. DNZ has arrived, is going to capture Elisage with the full creep wave here as well. Don't underestimate the damage that a couple of creeps can do to you as support. Definitely adds up. So it's once again, same exact trade.
Yep. Nisha just has 2 salves, so he's ready to take some attrition in this lane. He's also dropping his items on the ground, and Elisage is just going to pick them up and hand them over. This mid lane is looking a bit one-sided, but it might improve as time goes on. It might not. Depends how they play.
Gotta rush some experience. Every single time you hit with that link as a Viper, you're balanced around your slows, so you are very slow to just purely disengage away. You lose a lot of damage, and usually that's going to lead to some very difficult last hitting over in that mid lane. Over in top lane, Brewmaster is losing, but just slightly, probably not enough to really be hugely relevant. It's going to come down to these kills, and so far, I think every single kill has been traded support for support.
Yeah, pretty much. The Luna died in the early fight, and otherwise they've been pretty healthy. So Witch Doctor and Disruptor are the ones that are suffering. And I guess both teams are pretty happy with that. But Morphling is still farming pretty well, and there's nothing like the domination that you would expect coming out from an aggro try.
Just gotta be very careful. Every single time you want to go for Morphling, gotta watch out that the clockwork isn't right in place, and they're gonna try to go for him now. Cask does follow him, but waveform now being up means that if you're gonna go in, you have to go in really hard, like hard into a tower, if you're actually gonna kill him off, because they don't have a lot of lockdown. It really is only just the cask to officially stun Nisha, though now they have a snowball, so they have that tool as well. He has another waveform, and he's just morphing it up. A couple stuns being thrown about, stunned back. They're doing a lot of good damage onto him, but they can't kill him.
Yep, the whole thing is he's just going to absorb this, and then he's going to go back out of sight, and then morph all the way down, and then he's going to salvo. That's his plan. He needs to stay out of sight first if Luna spots him. Ooh.
Blind shards. 360 no scope into the trees, expecting this play. Too late.
Yeah, it's not quite going to happen. So Morphling will get to lane once again.
Katsar has picked up a double damage rune. Capture any one of those cogs, and Clockwork, not exactly a right-click hero, but with a double damage rune, he'll just be able to destroy anyone.
Oh, alright, be careful. Alright, some weird things happening in this mid lane. Razor's a full level ahead, but I guess that's to be expected given the fact that he's 25 and 11 too. And
Watch this one more time. The snowball isn't really going to help him, although it does bring Boogie in.
Nisha.
He teleported in. Okay, they are going to be able to kill off Nisha with that burst damage from the clap, and now Katsar is on the run as well, is able to chug down a salve, get a little bit distance away. Beam is going to not be able to cancel, but now he's going to cog himself in with Boogie. Katsar did not want that, and now he's trapped between a rock and a hard place, a couple more right clicks and a beam. Alright, that snowball. Yeah, it had a Brewmaster inside.
Yep, but now Morphling just TP's up top, and they have the drop creep and 2 die.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Someone's got to get back up here. This is a catapult and troll push from Patos. He's able to tank the creep wave because they're just way too slow on the attack speed to hit her. So the creep wave isn't even being aggroed away to the Dire creep wave. And no one's coming up here. So that rotation from the Dire was really good for that fight.
Oh, they're going to catch themselves a deer in mid lane.
For Exotic Deer is completely trapped. He doesn't even have a link. He's just dead to a couple right clicks. He's actually hiding in the trees there. Okay, good angle. And RMN is going to just barely survive afterwards.
Jesus, that was close. And Boogie has an
Invis
rune.
Down Patos. The burst damage is enough with that guaranteed slow crit.
I love saying that. Enchantress deserves it.
Yeah, no one likes
meanwhile,
playing
top lane,
Enchantress.
Nisha's just farming away. But they're really punishing this Ench now. That one death after coming down here hurts so much, actually. Luna's also coming in close to a level 6 now, just hit 5. And once that Eclipse comes out, fighting her becomes very difficult. Mitch should be fine here. And I think Castle just killed himself.
There is no passageway through that set of trees. Glimpse back onto Oliver will cut this damage by quite a bit, but they just need to keep vision for a beam. Gotta dig your way into the cogs. Katsar's behind the trees. Cog bump back means Luna has no more mana. And they'll just go in and right click him, but now that lets Nisha teleport in. Oliver trying to teleport out. Elisage has no cancel. And looks like she's fine, and yeah, they just gotta leave now. This is a lot of time where there's, well, now they have someone on this top lane, but there's a lot of free time for Morphling to be on top lane, now teleported towards bottom. RMN TP's out of this gank. The damage from an Enchantress and Razor is huge, and it is not blocked by Corrosive Skin. So yeah, it's a dead Viper right there.
Alright, Viper's going for the Helm of the Dom. He's got 2 kills, 2 levels behind the Razor. I guess he's doing it okay, but they need to find a way for this Viper to kind of catch up, because the lane versus Razor really does set him back quite a bit.
Exotic Deer is killed off once, but outside of that one kill, not really under a ton of pressure. Now that the Viper Strike and Phase Boots are up, Viper has a decent shot of being able to get on top of this Razor, but Razor has Phase Boots of his own, so actually like staying on top of a Razor is going to involve probably a split from Boogie. He does have it, has yet to use one.
Yeah, the important thing is they kill the Razor with the smoke. They're smoking the Viper and they're sitting behind the Luna. Maybe Exotic Deer tries to like spook the Luna out of lane and they get the snowball here. Yeah.
That'll work. The shards are going to block him a little bit. He does get a link off, but still the poison attack is chipping him out. And another beam will not quite get the kill, but they will get the kill in the end. And now Katsar, with the poison on him, with the frozen sigil, giving them vision overhead, will set up for another beam kill. Or, I guess, a beam kill. Oliver grabs it. Wow, he's unstoppable. He has a 6 kill right now with Eclipse at the ready. Aquila not quite on his person, but it is on the Viper, so this push is actually going to be going pretty quickly here.
Yep, this is just really good moves. Like, Morphling's farming, but Luna's getting kills. But the question is, can they really like accelerate farm with this Luna and this Viper? Like, the Luna probably definitely can when she hits like Mask of Madness and gets some high levels in Glaive, but this Viper just needs like a place to go. He needs to be involved in these ganks. there is the gank. They need to make sure this Viper's getting stuff. And they're doing it right for now, but Vipers do have a tendency to kind of slow down. And when they slow down,
Dire's top tower is
that's when
under
they start feeling a bit off, you know?
You typically don't farm creeps as Viper, you know, in the 30-minute range. You start to rely on just killing heroes as the way to make your income. And if that doesn't happen, then you're usually going to be pretty poor. You fall behind, then it just gets worse and worse and worse. With the Blink Dagger coming up on Boogie, that's how they, I think, keep this Viper relevantly farmed.
Oh. No, it's not going to happen. Okay, I thought there might be a glimpse on Sloan in mid lane. Okay, this Blink's going to be pretty important.
Yeah. Oliver's got to be very careful here. He knows that that's exactly what Kinguin are looking for right now. Playing his distances, and so far doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah. Iron Man is just kind of walking around. He bought a Windlace because he doesn't like being slow. He's not going to farm bot lane because they want to give that to the Luna instead. So he's just kind of walking around, a man without a... And they kill the Brew top. Whoops.
They just walk in, and he tries to split, and then he just gets Battery Assault perma-stun out of the split animation. Feels pretty bad,
Whoops,
man.
indeed. Yeah, that's like one of the worst ways to die.
Well,
They're not really being able to, like... They can't make any use out of their jungle on going in at this point.
Hook shot is up. Viper's gonna TP right into the cogs, it looks like, or gets bumped out. Either way, he's gonna get sent back home, and now DNC's overcommitted. Catcher still will die as Boogie's now going to arrive. Does have the split now up, and he's gonna look for perhaps Exotic Deer first, and perhaps Exotic Deer only. The shards are gonna come through, wall off the Razor a little bit, and he will probably go down to the Immolation. They should have one more Boulder Toss. Is that enough? No, it's not quite, but with the Witch Doctor also coming in, they'll Maledict and kill him off. But it's Patos doing all the damage in the back with those spears. Boogie now on the run. There is no glimpse. There's a field, goes the wrong way, so it looks like he'll be able to slip out unless the Clockwork's able to get in front. With the clap, Battery Assault, it no longer is sticking to him, so Boogie should be free and clear here.
Oh, RMN's just like looking at Nisha down here. So Nisha stole Viper and then started doing all the poison attacking stuff.
Ooh, they actually caught
caught
Boogie on this bottom lane, actually. Looks like there might have been enough of a chase for a glimpse.
Oh, no,
Snowball back in with Oliver. He's got some Eclipse power ready. There goes Katzer. Patos is going to get nuked down real hard, but he's not dead just yet. Sprite's healing him. He's not going anywhere anytime soon, it looks like, especially walled off. Oh, kill the Enchantress. Got him. Space created, sure, you could tell yourself that, Patos, but that is still going to be a nice little move, trading.
Oh, he doesn't get the stun on Viper, so Viper gets to go farm mid.
Ooh.
Yeah, Morphling skilled the stun, but the stun was just traveling, just about to hit, but not quite. That's the thing that most Morphling players still haven't gotten used to, is that the adaptive range changes as you level it now. It doesn't have the max range anymore from level 1. Or at least, I don't even know. You use like lower levels of adaptive so rarely that most people think about. And everyone can see that in all chat. Go.
That's even in all chat, like, not even ally chat.
Everyone in the game can read that.
We can see everything right now. Exotic Deer.
Oh, is Exotic Deer just dead?
Tagged with Poison, tagged with Viper Strike. Katzer is going to jump right in, give him some aid. The Viper's not straight dead. Katzer, hook shot into RMN so that the impetus shots can come through, but here comes Boogie blinking straight into the back. Snowball's there as well. Exotic Deer's not dead just yet, but the shards will kill him off. Mitch is going to start channeling up that Death Ward. That'll kill off Patos and Katzer. And that's a 3-0 over in this mid lane. Boogie just jumping in with the blink clap. Doing all the damage in the world with that Tusk, and we'll get them this tower at just a minor cost of some damage on this bottom tier 1. That's a pretty nice win in killing off both the Razor and the Enchantress.
This is some, again, just they're making really, really good moves. And if they can pressure this Morphling, then Morphling's the only really saving grace here, because Razor's having an awful game, Patos is having an awful game. Both of them suffer incredibly against Luna and Witch Doctor together. You saw that Witch Doctor in that last fight killed Ench basically by himself. So it's up to the Morphling, and if the Morphling's not having a good game... Actually, no, if the Morphling's not having a good enough game, then this game gets pretty bad really fast, as you can see. Because he gets Lincolns, that's still not enough. He needs E-Blade. And then what's your E-Blade target? Maybe Luna? Maybe a support? It's rough.
Maybe they get a Tusk kill? I wasn't going to say that, but looks like they may have a chance here. Static Storm is going to prevent any sort of chance of escape.
They might have a Tusk kill.
Yeah,
Just
Patos
a bit, maybe.
is 4th place of the net worth. It's not bad. Definitely seems like he's lacking something to hide behind. The cogs, the field, haven't really been up in a meaningful way, at least for the Enchantress to make use of. Now that Static Storm is up and now that Hookshot is up, they might be able to get this Enchantress a little bit more enabled into these engagements, but if Boogie's always on top of that Enchantress, either like clap Haze or just clap Split Thrower in the air, not a fun time to be an Enchantress. Might not be a fun time to be a Clockwork either. Poison attack and beam to cancel the TP. You're dead, Clock. Sorry, bro. And this is maybe going to be a little bit of tower pressure on this bottom lane. Nisha cloned up into DNZ's Tusk. Walrus Punch is there with the shards, almost insta-killing that Morphling, but just short. Boogie has a Blink Clap that he's thinking about using. Will go in blind and miss. Unfortunately for him, Mitch in the meantime being chased out by Exotic Deer.
Oh, Exotic Deer is
now the cask bouncing between him and the creeps here with the Lucent Beams coming down from the Eclipse. Oliver gets the kill and Exotic Deer gets jebaited by Mitch, and the push continues on this bottom lane. Patos is here to try to counteract this, maybe able to kill off this one dominated Mud Golem. It looks like with everyone coming down here, they will be able to push this back. But this is still time where the Brewmaster is getting a lot of farm towards top, and it was completely free for going in to do that.
Yep, it's just another free Razor pick. They get so much out of it every single time they... He's just tumbling down the net worth now. He's 1k behind Viper. And this Viper really isn't that farmed, but it's just... He's just there, and Viper just does a large amount of damage, especially with Maledict, you know? Nisha's just getting attacked here, but nothing's really going to come of it.
Morphling is a hero that is certainly slow to come out of the gates. He's been finding a good amount of space to farm, all things considered. Like, it is going in playing pretty aggressively in this game. So he's been doing
is he going to go for it?
Oh, they are going to miss the hook shot. Oliver is in a fine spot right now as the casting master. They annihilate Nisha. Exotic Deer in a little bit of trouble as well as he's targeted with the Walrus Punch. The Cogs didn't even a little bit of space here. Boogie trying to circumvent that. Get in there with the clap and the split. Cats are going to straight TP out. Wants no business here. Exotic Deer trying to do the same, but the TP is canceled by a random boulder toss by the dominated Mud Golem. Now Patos in a little bit of trouble perhaps. Field goes up. Boogie's going to jump in with the clap. They need some Nether Toxin. There it is. No more untouchable. Enchantress is very touchable. And that's going to be another 3 kills for going in. There's still a tier 1 here, guys. Don't forget, you got to kill off that one first. But man, they just crushed that Morphling.
Yeah, he got cast from Invis, and then the shards just come flying out from the other side of the world. He just dies. That's the problem when you have 440 max HP.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, the Invis ring caught them off guard, and losing your highest net worth hero at the time for nothing is... I don't think they even win that fight, even if he survives that, but it's just very unfortunate for them. Mitch with the plays. And Tusk with the follow-up, actually.
It was a really good follow-up from the Tusk. We can see already, like, this downside of just having a Viper being a Viper, despite all these victories around the map, still is just firmly in the middle of the net worth chart. Isn't, like, that behind or anything like that, but this type of tempo really needs to keep up so that our men keep getting these items, and it looks like they're just gonna go right in. They still have that split, and they actually took that fight without the use of the split. They have an Eclipse. It's only level 1 despite being level 13 on that Luna, so that happened somehow. They're gonna jump right in. Once again, the Enchantress is broken, caught in the shards, and dropped. And now the Razor up in the air. The Static Link is going to be broken. The Luna's going to get glimpsed into the Static Storm, but they actually can't get on top of her fast enough. The Razor stalled up in the back because of that split. They'll catch RMN and kill him off in a hurry. The split is still active right now. Hookshot trying to slow down some of these Brewlings. Brewmaster going to maintain his real form. Now here comes a Death Ward. Full channel onto Katsor. Will kill him off. Now going on to Exotic Deer. Will also kill him off. DNZ is going to pay the price for this, but my god, that was some serious Witch Doctor action.
Yeah, Morphling decided that he didn't want to be Morphling anymore, so he became Viper, and then he actually did lots of damage and killed everyone. So, that's always nice to be. I think, yeah, the thing with Morphling is it's like, the hero concept is fundamentally broken. It's just being having enough practice and getting the right circumstance for it, you know? Because stealing Viper, you're a Viper with Morphling items. And you're just going to do an obscene amount of damage because Morphling just built a lot of damage. It doesn't show quite yet, but once it's going to like be a Linken's and an E-Blade and all kinds of things like that, then the Morphling Viper is going to be stronger than the Viper. The same doesn't quite happen with Luna, for instance, but it basically just gives Morphling 2 HP pools to work with. So as soon as he gets that off, like you no longer want to go on this like Morphling Viper because, okay, you get him down to like a quarter HP, he's just going to switch back to being Morphling again, and he's suddenly full HP because the HP and mana bars are completely independent.
They are going to have to abuse that quite a bit, it seems. He's not even on top of the net worth chart, and his allies, as you mentioned earlier, Razor is kind of just taking a trip to the dumpster. 3-7-3 in this game, and Enchantress is doing slightly better, but the break from the Nether Toxin is just completely soul-crushing for that Enchantress. Like, you're relying so much on that untouchable and being unkillable because the enemies just can't hit you, but you get broken just for free from the Viper, and it's so easy for going in to kill off the Enchantress at that point. How much health does she have? 1100 HP isn't terrible, but it's definitely not as tanky as she would really like.
It's not enough. Now they're working towards the Roche. They have the Viper if they Viper damage. But they're just going to wait here. They don't really want to fight inside the Roche pit. They want to fight around it.
Yeah, they do have a smoke.
Boogie has another arcane rune.
North end of things. Smoke is being broken by DNZ. Static Storm is going to completely whiff. And the Tusk going to live for a little while longer. The split is going to be in a really bad spot, however. It might cost them their Tusk, but he's actually getting up to the high ground and survive, as they will pick off the Disruptor. Patos now caught in the trees. Arman's going to break him with the split right on top. This Enchantress taking a lot of damage, but so is Viper. He himself is broken, taking off that corrosive skin. Death Ward full channel once again uninterrupted, as a Snowball is going to pick up a couple looking for exotic deer. Boogie's going to jump forward with the clap and the beam onto Catsword, looking to split their attention perhaps. It'll be the Razor to fall for sure. And off in the backside, it's Nisha still alive for right now, although the cast getting some favorable bounces. Now the jump forward with the haze, just a small amount of slows. He's going to start strength morphing up. They're going to drop the Eclipse on him. All the strength in the world cannot save the Morphling. And he too will fall. It's a 4-for-2 exchange, I believe. Yeah, 4 for 2. And that is going to cost them the Viper, but hey, they get a lot of kills. They'll go right back into the Roche pit and clean this guy up in a hurry.
Poor man. He like goes into these fights and then he just gets broken by the Morphling Viper and then he just dies. And there's nothing he can do about it. There's no counterplay he can make. He's dead every single time. And it's only a bit too late to Boogie realize that he needs to put up the the Morphling Viper into the air. But he did have Linken's as well, so it's a bit hard to do.
Maybe once he gets this Force Staff, he could have some sort of counterplay for that, but getting your corrosive skin broken off by Nether Toxin feels pretty bad. Oh, Catsor. You do not want to be there, dude. And he won't be there for long.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about that. It's not a nice place to be. He's been saved from being there. I took 7 attack damage from melee creep.
Oh man, that's
poor you, Nisha. Poor you.
You didn't have that 7 damage. She would have survived for sure.
Yeah. So, Patos, he's not really farming now. He was like within 500, sitting about 3 courses. Luna's working towards her Hurricane Pike. She's got it on the courier, I think. And now she's working towards BKB. Panda's also working towards BKB, so BKB is kind of coming around across the place. Except for RMN. RMN has a Force Staff. He has his Force Staff. He's happy with his Force Staff. He knows that there are things other than Force Staffs out there, but they're not for him.
I bet he wishes he had more than 4 staff.
No, he doesn't. He accepts his position in life.
No, that's it. All right.
He's content.
Time to save for buyback, I guess. They do see RMN. They'll
glimpse him.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't move him just physically. I thought that glimpse moved him. He's upset now.
It's about sending a message, and the message I think is going to be more easily sent on the bottom lane because they took down the tower and now the Glaive's going to start to bounce through. This is not something that the Disruptor wants to deal with right now. The Creep Wave's going to be pulled off to the side. Glaive once again is going to start to bounce. Cats are going to jump right in. Immediately they go to Oliver, try to get him out of here. Split comes out as well as the Viper's going to be thrown up into the air. That's the Morphling, really. And no, Well, so far, no huge damage going either way, although the Viper's taking a little bit here. Cats are going to be snowballed into. Static Storm's going to catch the Tusk as soon as he pops out. Now in a compromised position, the Tusk for sure is going to fall, but they're focusing on the racks in the meantime. And it looks like they should be able to get out with a couple of these heroes. They glimpse back onto RMN as it'll be the Brewmaster Boogie to jump in, give him a little bit of extra cover. Cask is absolutely destroying this fight for the Radiant. They can't move forward for anything. The Witch Doctor will get
battery assault. Are you serious?
But man, you know what, Mitch? You did your job and then some. The Rax was taken, at least the melee Rax was.
That
is
insane.
A successful push.
That battery assault had 5 different targets and it chose the Witch Doctor. Oh, that's unfortunate. Mitch should have lived there. They should have only died. Yeah. This game is not fair. Very skillful clock play again. The skill just seems to be a determining factor in all little RNG engagements. Guess what? Luna's BKB coming up soon. 1,300 gold. Panda already has his pretty much. Yep, there we go. He's just going to buy it now. Unless he decides to change his mind and buy something else. No, he buys the BKB.
I'll make sure to get that split off through the Static Storm.
This Morphling Viper is actually so annoying. It's just Viper is a very good hero against heroes in the die lineup, so playing Viper is preferable to playing Morphling.
Viper is actually pretty good against Viper.
Yeah,
it's true.
Who would have thunk it? Nisha just missing some CS in the bot lane, but he's just going to farm and then Boogie's going to blink on him. And...
half HP with 1 clap crit. The guaranteed crit from the Drunken Brawler timer. Suddenly, Nisha can't farm here anymore. And suddenly, this Disruptor is maybe in a little bit of trouble because Tusk smoking in, coming in pretty quickly. Not quite fast enough. Even Boogie blinking forward again, looking for that Disruptor. Can't quite find him. They're going to set up for a push on this bottom lane. Start to split the racks, top, bottom. Definitely the way to go if you have a choice. This tower should be pretty easily forfeit. With everyone else smoked up, they'll break the smoke to take the tower. They still have the Aegis on the Luna for a little bit. Not that long. Not sure if they're going to be eager to risk this.
I think they're just going to farm enemy woods and try and turn this into... as well as kill the shrines, obviously. Let's see, Nisha's quest for E-Blade. It's not there yet. It's 26 minutes. It feels so bad to be this underfarmed as well.
Morphling is... I mean, I said it twice already. Slow to come out the gates, but even like if you drop him 2,000 gold,
he's still gonna have trouble winning this game.
Even then, like it may seem like he can't quite do enough in this particular game. Like you need so much more gold in this game because your allies are suffering so much.
Yeah, you just have a Razor that doesn't really have a function. He's got a beak. He's gonna run in and then hope that he doesn't die to the physical damage. But there isn't really that much. It's the Luna right click. So that BKB should save this Razor quite a bit. But for how long?
Alright, that's Aegis reclaimed. BKBs 2 are up. I'm going inside. Probably at this point they're just going to chill, wait for the next Roshan. Get a pick off whatever if they can for free, but this is some valuable farm time for Kinguin. This Morphling obviously needs this E-Blade. Enchantress needs anything. Razor needs anything. At this point, beggars can't be choosers. They just have to not die while they're trying to farm.
I think Morphling might just get his E-Blade in time, but it's a question of what does he do with it. Probably his best bet is to kill the Witch Doctor or something like that if they have vision, and just win the fight that way, or wait out Luna's BKB and kill him. But I don't think they're going to be pushing high ground without Aegis. A barrel of laughs. Drinks are on you.
Some scared play from the Morphling.
He's bloody terrified of the Panda, as he bloody well should be.
Sitting at 840 HP is real low, man. Witch Doctor has more than that. Disruptor has more than that. And obviously he has the ethereal form. He has a lot of damage, a lot of armor, but I'm not really sure this is a spot where Nisha's feeling comfortable, especially spotted by an Obs. Satyr Banisher with a slow to pop a Lincoln Sphere. Get a cask in there, maybe?
I don't quite think it's gonna... They're not gonna go on him for a bit. Also found Spirit Vessel doesn't really work versus Morphling anymore because of the purge that comes with his ulti. So killing him is a bit more difficult than you might think.
Why kill Morphling when you can Kill off
Just
3
kill the
towers.
base.
Wait, again, burning time for Roche. And, I mean, there's some farm being taken by Patos in the bottom lane. They're getting a wave occasionally in the other lanes as well, but in the meantime, it's like wave after wave after wave. All the creep camps in the game, like literally all of them, are accessible here for the dire side. And at the same time, being put at no risk while they're doing so. The Radiant do have an Obs up in the high ground, but Boogie does see them first. Jumps into Exotic Deer. Static Storm goes up, but again, it misses. Hookshot's going to come in. Cats can take a lot of damage from that Eclipse.
Oh,
Snowball's going to give
takes it
chase,
down.
and it looks like they'll be able to take out the Clockwork, and maybe the Clockwork only. Everyone else able to get out away from that. For an Eclipse, is that no BKB charges expend, though?
Yeah,
I'm
no
not really
BKB
sure if it's
charges,
expend.
so they still have B. Take shrines and wait for Roche. There's no reason not to wait for Roche at this point.
Alright, 5 seconds potentially. How much does the game love the dire side right now?
So far, quite a bit.
Ooh, not much.
Oh, yeah, okay. Scratch that.
Hey, you can't have it all, man. Get the lucky bounces sometimes. Get some good shards or something, but you can't have everything.
Yeah, it's just... I'm just looking at this game. What can Kinguin do? Morphling maybe get a pick off on someone. Needs to split push a bit. But the illusion rune on the Luna makes it much easier for them to push out the waves in preparation for the Tiger push that's going to come up soon. The SMY going to come out on the Luna as well, looking at any other items. Oh, Araman actually got a BKB, so he decided to change his ways and stop being such a frugal man.
He's seen the light. Oh, Exotic Deer, though. PKB is available to him, but that wouldn't have even helped him there. The Viper Strike still slows, and Walrus Punch still punches. Luna obviously still does all their damage, and now the high ground is wide open. Patos immediately hit with that Drunken Haze. Static Storm does go up.
Instant double
BKBs
BKB.
are up in kind. Patos, drunk off his ass, cannot land a spear shot to save his life. Fortification is going to be there, but as soon as this tower drops, it will be glaives start bouncing, and that will be glaives that go through the untouchable. There's Nether Toxin absolutely everywhere. Hookshot in is going to catch 2 heroes. It will be the Luna and Viper to both force staff out of there. And now Patos is going to go a little bit too far. Cast and Death Ward straight onto that Enchantress. Will do so much damage with the Walrus Punch to finish the deal. Will get the kill. They have lost the Luna, however. Exotic has stolen quite a bit of damage and is continuing to steal more versus RMN with Nisha in the area as well. They should be able to take down the Viper. Oh, too much slows on this Razor, actually. Mitch will get caught on the retreat, and he will drop. But again, it's another fight where the Dire do take some losses, but they do take the melee racks.
Alright, now they need to stop Dire getting Roche. They need to stop them. If there's a way to stop Roche, they need to make it happen now. Like, I don't know if they can do anything. They're pushing out mid pretty desperately with Nisha. But if Luna gets that Aegis for the next push, there is no way they can hold this game. But they do have DD on Nisha now. It's going to run out just before Roshan spawns, though, so it's not going to help them in that regard.
Sucks. And that was even like the Dire side not even using their BKBs for full fighting. It was like, you know, BKB to hit the towers, get the objectives. So the fact that they lost that fight isn't really at all surprising. But next time they're going to use the BKB for the fight, and then at that point it's like, what do you do as Kinguin? You actually have to deal with Magic Union heroes.
And this SMY Luna now, so he's going to be a bit tankier as well. And Viper's going to have a Pike, but Viper's items really don't matter that much. He's just kind of there at this point. And Panda, whoa, he's farmed. Holy. Okay. He's got an AC. Almost complete. Yep, he's going to buy it.
Jeez.
And now Roshan is known to both teams, but will they do anything to stop it?
Can they do anything to stop it? At this point, the Luna, so powerful. I think she might be able to just, you know, herself and one other hero go in, kill off Roche without too much of an issue, or just smoke
Oh, they're
up.
going to go smoke. Yep.
Yeah, say, screw that, Jazz. We're just going to kill you. And this is something that Kinguin may not expect. You can see Patos, he's just going to sproink into the wave. Not a care in the world until suddenly a billion heroes snowball in, actually towards Elisage. Cass gonna start bouncing through as well. Look at that Cass go! Completely chasing him with the cogs not helping them at all. That'll be an immediate 2 kill for the going inside. A double kill for the Luna. Somehow was able to grab both those last hits, but you don't need Aegis if you can get a double pick off like that. They can just go back and take it
Roche
afterwards.
anyway. Yeah. With the AC on Panda, that's just the damage output is ridiculous now. This Roche is going to drop very fast.
Jeez.
There we go. Look at the Solar Crest on the Witch Doctor as well.
approach 2 also. So you have Aegis for Oliver. She's for Boogie, it looks like. Yeah, she's replacing the bottle. Probably a little bit of a better item at this stage in the game. That assault
really?
cuirass, man, with the Vlads, like that is so much additional durability on the team as a whole, and it's on the Earth aspect when you morph, when you primal split. So you have those auras the entire time.
It really does help with the building damage. That Earth Panda is really destroy the buildings at this point. Also, he's got his level 20 talent, so the panda's almost impervious to damage. Araman's just farming a camp. He's got his pike now. We're all very proud of you, Araman. You've hit some creeps. It's just, watching a Viper farm is just like, you did your best. We appreciate that.
Well,
No, they're just waiting up here. I don't know what they're waiting for exactly, but they're waiting for...
Do they really need to be looking for anything in particular? Like, just, it looks like they have critical mass items so that at the drop of the hat they can just go right in and start pushing. Maybe an item on Luna. She's holding on to a little bit of cash there. They do have the pipe now on the Tusk with that blink dagger, so he's doing quite well for himself at this point. Extra durability, well, again, that magic damage from the Morphling and the Disruptor mostly can be blocked, and smoke straight in. Nisha, don't go down there. Smoke's even broken. Our men, 4 staffs up, and they're going to go straight towards that Enchantress. Trying to focus her down first thing, is broken and is dead. In the backside, Nisha is going to lay... That's a fake Morphling. Luna is going to lay into Armen, do quite a bit of damage, but here comes the Eclipse. The real Luna is going to show up to the fight. The Morphling's going to waveform away from it, and he will be just fine. But now it's the Razor just being torn to shreds. And, well, trying to shotgun the Witch Doctor. Oh, don't take him in there, dude. Oh, no, save the Witch Doctor. He doesn't deserve it. They're going to try to go for the Tusk, but you see how little damage Nisha is actually doing in his main form. Good game, well played is called. They don't have the Razor. They don't have the ability to defend this. We'll be going in to take game 1 off of a 25k lead at the end.
I like that. Araman got the last hit on the Disruptor with his little bear while he was dead. He managed to animation cancel that clap.
Style points.
Yeah. Gotta love those style points. So yeah, this game got out of control real fast. Like, the main moves and smokes from going in were pretty much perfect. They caught the Razor out multiple times, and the Razor went into this mid game with the Viper he was against. And then Morphling, I mean, he farmed a decent amount, but just the combination of Razor and Enchantress both being completely neutered by the Panda ulti and also the Witch Doctor meant that I don't really think Kinguin had a game to play after the laning phase, really.
And when you get to that point, it's like more and more of your chips go onto that Morphling, say, Morphling, please save us from this game. And
he tried his best, but
powerful hero. We can see how much damage he's able to do when he's able to grab that Luna morph, but not quite enough in this particular game. So going in, continuing to impress. 1 game up now above Kinguin, who I think most people just looking at this group would say, oh yeah, easy Kinguin surfacing to the top, but maybe not that easy. Guys, I'm Mikelorus. I've been joined by Rhyme. Don't go anywhere. We'll see if going in can 2-0 and end the day in the playoffs. We'll be right back.